Jangle.
You have now entered the lab. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama, episode 52. Fort Sama was in Orlando this weekend for a brief period. I think 36 hours, maybe 26 hours.
Probably not even. Probably like 18 hours.
Right? For UFC Fight Night.
Yep.
How was that, bro?
Bro, man, like
started off awesome. Bad. I heard you got some bad news. What was that, on Thursday or Friday?
Yeah, Friday, like right before, after weigh-ins, my girl Tracy Cortez got pulled out. Supposedly it wasn't her decision. Hey, she pulled out, but Brian Ortega probably didn't, which I don't blame him. So supposedly it was like the Orlando Commission and the doctors made her pull out. She said it wasn't her decision. She posted something on Instagram.
So you're saying she could be pregnant?
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Literally, it probably could be, right?
That's probably what it is. Orlando seems to have that effect on people, but we'll see.
Overall, good though. Good time.
Oh man, the atmosphere. It was my second time going to a UFC event, and this one probably was better. I mean, I don't know if I can even say that because the first one I went to had 3 championship fights, but just atmosphere-wise was sick. Like
that was where Buddy broke his leg, right, on that kick. That was that
great card. Yeah. Chris Weidman. Yeah, that was a great card. That was a great card. I had a blast, man. The best thing about it is, like, when you go to a UFC event, it's not like you're going to a sporting event and it's like your team against another team, and it's like, people are there talking shit and whatnot. Like UFC event, people are just there to have fun, and everyone is there for the same reason, just to see violence, just to see fucking punches thrown, kicks thrown, all that kind of shit. So UFC fans rock, man. Like, they're fucking awesome. Like, I talked to a lot of people. Like, it was a good time. I can't complain. Every UFC event that's near me, I'm gonna try and go if I can.
Yeah, I need to get out to one. Well, obviously, living in South Florida, we have the preview of events being in Jacksonville and Orlando now, but they don't have too many in Miami, right?
Yeah,
they've
I'm
had
not sure
one
why they don't.
Last time Masvidal fought, maybe one of the last 2 times.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they don't do stuff in like the AAA. Well,
right?
Whatever it's going to be called.
Not
now.
FTX now.
Yeah, not FTX. Yeah. No. I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah, I got to get out to one. Obviously, I would love to go to one, like if it was planned out, like in Orlando or something like that. But obviously, if it was at the whatever you want to call it, Heat Arena, I'd definitely get out to it. So hopefully they do that soon. But
yeah,
I love that video you shot. I don't know if you uploaded it, but you sent it to me personally.
Yep, I got it right here.
Were those your seats?
Yeah, those were my seats. Yeah, the whole time.
Because video doesn't tell the whole story. Like, if you're watching on YouTube right now, obviously we have a video he's going to pull up of where he was seated. Dude, that view, like, anytime I take a picture or a video of where I'm sitting, it always looks a little bit further away than I am. But in person, that was a lot further than the video shows, right?
Yeah,
or
a
is
little
exact.
bit. I mean, it was pretty like close.
Yeah, dude.
Like we were there. Like, yeah, we had club suites. We had club seats. So I mean, I can't complain. I was like, oh shit, they were about the same price for a while. So I was watching them for a little bit, and I had a cop. But I had to do my best Bruce Buffer impersonation. Here it is. UFC fans around the world. This is the moment.
Hopefully he don't sue us.
From the sold out Amway Center in Orlando, Florida.
That's good. What shirt is that you're wearing?
Hold on.
You gonna bring up a picture?
I don't even want to talk about it, bro. Like,
Well,
it was
we'll
just
talk
so
about the
sad.
fights later on the episode when we get into it.
I was wearing a Ty Tuivasa shirt.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Just,
Man, he got mollywopped real early, real quick. Anyway,
overall,
good experience. Had fun. Was safe.
Yeah, no.
Snuck in some liquids.
Allegedly, I had to go through the little machine metal tester like 3 times, and buddy like had me pull up my shirt. I'm like, bro, it's just my belt. It's got a metal clip. He's like wanding me. He's like, what's this? I'm like, my penis. And he's like, all right. And I just walked through.
Yeah, I just invested in Austin, Texas, in the new flask. It's plastic, but it's big. It could basically fit like this size cup. Mm-hmm. It fits like because I wanted to see how much it fits. Pause. In the flask, and it basically fits as much liquid as you could fit in like a small Yeti. Which is crazy because it could fit in your junk. You sneak it right in. It's plastic. It's not metal detected as long as you're not wearing like tight jeans, whatever. So I gotta make sure I, strategize that part. But I'm glad. Yeah, we'll break down the fights later on in this episode 52. Obviously, this episode unofficially sponsored by Billionaires Row. Go out and drink it.
Our boys in the building.
Consume it. Come in. Total wine, all that. Total Wine and more. Let's be on the look. We're partying with Diddy. We're partying with Noriega.
Floyd Mayweather.
On the way up. Tootsies. All that stuff. Yeah. Be our boys. Watch us come up because, we're a part of them. They repost us every week on the story. Shout out whoever's running that account. We appreciate all the love.
We're here for it.
My weekend consumed of the total opposite, not leaving my house, completely being an adult. We planned out, myself and 3 other couples planned out a yard sale. We posted on Craigslist. We did signs around the neighborhood. Very successful. My first yard sale as an adult. Put all the shit that we don't need in our house, all the shit that I have hidden in the garage, in the cupboards, and the things that I don't want to look at. We put, I'll call it 100 items out there. About 5 of them were mine, bro. I don't overconsume. I live at my means or below my means every time. So every time, when we put our shit out, it was like, dude, I don't have any money or any money out there to be made. So we made $146 cash. Pretty good.
Hey, that's some change, man. People be haggling at these yard sales.
Dude, super haggling. First of all, let me bring it back.
Haggling.
So we put the time out to be 7 a.m. thinking, all right, 7 a.m. because we heard, because we in the couple, in one of the people that was coming to sell some stuff. He's a professional. I don't even like to say professional thrifter because it's basically his full-time job, entrepreneur. He sells shit online. It was who buys me the hoodies, Ben, Broward Vintage. He makes a pretty penny every single day and every single week with what he does on eBay and stuff like that. And I'm learning more about his business. But he told me, he was like, yo, we should get this started at 7 because people come out and that's what they do on Saturday mornings. Like that's what they do every week. So we made it 7 a.m.
Like signs and stuff.
Yeah, we had signs around the neighborhood that we made. Okay, cool. I put up signs right at the edge of the block. We put it on Craigslist, on Instagram. And dude, at 6:58, the first person pulled up. 6:58. I know this. I woke up at 6:30. I was like, all right, I'll get 30 minutes to just get my stuff together. Not even put things outside by 7. Just like 7's the time, but figuring, you put 7, people come at 7:30. Put 7, people come at 8. 6:58, a random car pulls into the driveway. I'm thinking it's because we had scheduled cleaners to come clean our house that morning. So I'm thinking, oh, it's the maids or whatever. And then I'm like, nope, that's not them then. Never mind. Because I could see they pulled out and we weren't ready. So he must have checked like the sign that we posted, see if he had the right address. He came back. Mm-hmm. He's a little weirdo. Like you get a lot of weirdos at these yard sales. But anyway.
100%.
Yeah. So now that we know we did our first round, it was successful. Like I said, $146. Probably should have made more, but these hagglers, man, they come and they want every item to be $1. They want
$1, yeah.
you say 5, they say 1. You say
One.
4, they say 1.
It's
You
2.
say
Yeah, yeah.
3, they say 2. Like it's
Yeah.
just all day. So I've learned
Yeah.
from that is put out items that you want to give away, basically. Like you don't want to make profit off, you don't want to make your money back, because if you put out a nice item out there that you would like to get $20 for, you're not going to sell it in a yard sale.
No, you're not.
You need to sell that on OfferUp and eBay or whatever it is. So I learned my lesson. There was a few items out there. I sold a couple Nike pants and stuff like that, which I'll never wear, but I just gave it away for a few bucks. Because those same people are going to go home and flip it themselves, most likely, or
Probably.
hopefully, which I would like, is for them to give it away as a gift for the holiday season if they're unfortunately, they don't have the means and stuff like that. So that was my hope, that most people were buying things to give as gifts to a loved one, and to try to keep things economical. But great
Yeah.
day. We're gonna have one. Hopefully, we'll do another one. I want to do another one in the next 30 days. Shit, if it was up to me, I'd do one 2 weeks from now. But I think if we strategize, we do it right. Second time is gonna be more money. But $146 was a good come up.
Yeah, no, I'm very familiar with the whole yard sale and stuff like that kind of business, because I used to do a lot of yard sales back in when I was younger, at least for like not for like myself, but like to help out the church. We
Mm.
do a bunch of yard sale to like get money for whatever the church needed, like an
Money
event.
for Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Besides offerings and tithes and all that other stuff, Jesus needs so much money, even though he's Jesus.
My dog Jesus needs some dough.
For real.
Help a
Like,
brother out.
yeah, exactly.
I
Jesus is
mean,
my homeboy. But man, like it was in Boca Raton, and like people still come out there and haggle you, and it's crazy, bro. Like them Haitians don't play.
yeah,
Them Sakma said that
we had a
they be
couple
out there,
Haitians
bro.
there. For real, we
They
had a
they know
couple
what they're
Haitians,
doing, bro.
couple gypsies. You got to look out. You got to
Yeah,
identify the
yeah,
gypsies. They're just as bad.
yeah,
Um, and then a lot of older people. Like nobody was below the age of. We had a couple like people in their 30s maybe, but everybody is above the age of 60, 55 that
yeah,
come there. And we had I assumed, I lowballed it. I assumed we'd have like 5 people there, 10 people, just like kind of just not thinking that we set it up right. We put it out, but Craigslist kills it. People go on Craigslist and check for yard sales. That's what they do. But we
for
had
real.
definitely over 30 people walk by or kind of hang out and look around, which is very solid.
Nice.
30 to 40, it could be more. Definitely wasn't less than 30. So it was a good successful day. Yard sale. Being an adult,
What was the
waking up
craziest
early.
thing you had? What was the craziest thing you had to sell?
I mean, I
From
was
not
trying to
just you,
sell.
but everyone involved.
We had that's the cool thing about it. We had like 4 or 5 different couples that brought their stuff, and we all had different type of vibes. Chris, my boy Chris Day, he had a lot more electronics like speakers, shelves. He had a guitar, he had a keyboard, then he had some hats. He sold the guitar right away, like shit like that. Like goes, people see it, they're like, "What? $5, $10, 15?" It's like, duh. I
Yeah,
could give
just get
this
it
to
to put
someone.
it somewhere,
Yeah, man. So I think I was trying to sell some litter boxes from the cats that we had that I don't use anymore. Obviously they're clean, but like people use that shit. People could,
Yeah,
they're quality litter boxes. They're not like just a tray or a box that you put the little cheap. They're expensive litter boxes that if you go to a store, I won't get into it because whatever. But we didn't sell any of them anyway. But we sold a lot of little things like Bree was selling makeup, jewelry, candle things, and stuff like that. Like a lot of little things that a lot of wedding stuff that we had left over. We were selling. So overall, I definitely brought back into the garage a lot less than I loaded out to
nice.
the table. So it was a good successful day. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, so a fun weekend in different levels from both of us, which
Yeah,
hey, it is what it is.
absolutely.
What do you want to get into? Sport wise, we could wait a little bit. We got some good debates. We got one thing sticks out to me. I'm gonna bring it up right away. You know what? Because this happened last week. This is somebody that I used to follow. I unfollowed them maybe a couple months ago because it was like redundant, same thing over and over, and they got some buzz. Was Liver King, and you work out. We both look into dieting, eating. I'm very open minded with a carnivore diet and a vegetarian diet and vegan. I like to hear it all because I take a little bit from everybody and I put it into myself. I don't call myself one thing. I just kind of whatever's healthy. I try to do as much as possible. Whatever shitty is usually my Sundays or Saturday nights or something like that. But do you have the video pulled up so we could show the people? Because if anybody knows Liver King, his body looks like it's cut out of a clay. It's perfect, and a lot of people were saying a lot of whatever interviews or podcasts he went on talking about steroids, and he denied it. He called PEDs performance everyday determination, whatever he had his little abbreviation for. But
I can't believe he wasn't natural, bro.
Kind of like everybody, right? Just
broke my heart a little bit.
Which is fine. If he came out, it's funny because if he came out and said it, obviously marketing wise, because he's an entrepreneur, but whoever is paying him behind the scenes, because he could be just a puppet for these products, was telling him don't admit to steroids. But it's like in today's world, it's very hard to hide information, especially if everybody just assumes it. So
I think
he looks like a fool now.
Yeah, I think the worst part about it was that people don't really care anymore. At least people in like the fitness industry and people that like work out like that shit. Like people don't really care anymore if you're on like steroids or gear or you're taking PEDs. Like it's whatever. Like it's just a common thing. Like it's just one of those unwritten rules. Like, all right, we all know you're doing it, just don't talk about it or don't try and profit off of it, which is exactly what he was doing. He was saying he was all natural and he was selling all these supplements and promoting all this kind of stuff. And you do this, you're going to look like this, or you're going to get like this. And, can't do that.
It's like everything. It's like that person that was born with like perfect genetics that like works out but doesn't have to work out as hard, saying if you just do these ab workouts, you could get like me. It's like, do you understand how like genetically you have to be to even do that, to qualify for it to look like that? And then also the work you have to put in. Like all these people on Instagram are just like tools to get you to buy shit, where it's like these are genetically gifted people with perfect bodies that they're not like everybody else. They're the 1%. They're the absolute abnormal case, and they use them to project their products or situation. Do you have the video real quick? Because it's pretty funny.
Link in bio for glute workouts type shit.
Liver King.
Yes. On steroid. Yes. I'm on steroid. Monitored and managed. I train. Liver King, the public figure, is an experiment. Bring awareness. 4,000 people a day who kill themselves. And 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life. The young men are hurting the most, feeling lost, weak, innocent. I made it in the job. Model teaching simple, elegant solutions. And 9 and 7. Our people no longer have power. We can collectively express our highest. This is my fight. This is why I exist.
It's a little choppy on my end. I'm not sure if it's choppy on yours.
Taking steroids. I've always said no. Don't touch the stuff. Not going to touch the stuff. Never touch the stuff. That was a lie.
That was cap.
That was a lie.
I convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message. I convinced myself that I'm not a competitive athlete of any kind. So who the fuck am I cheating? I convinced myself that this topic was a placeholder for a far more important conversation. I convinced myself that this was.
So that was actually the first time I seen that. Like
it's funny because I think I only seen the first 30 seconds. I didn't watch the last 30 seconds. That's pretty funny.
But yeah, I never watched the whole thing just because like I don't care for it. Like I've been known that he was on some shit. Yeah. There's no way you look like that without taking shit to enhance it. Tom Brady just got picked off, fucking bum. And it's wild to me, bro. Like I was saying, like if you want to do steroids, if you want to take PEDs, cool, go ahead, do
Some
your
people
thing.
need it. Some people,
To each their
Rogan
own.
admits to it all the time about taking it because he feels like he has he does it responsibly and overseen by a doctor, and he does it. And I get that. There's no bad part to taking testosterone when you're over a certain age because it boosts up your levels, it evens you out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just funny how he was like, "Oh, I did it to help people and people that have this and people." No, don't gaslight. Don't gaslight, bro. Don't do that. That's not cool. That's not cool. Don't give this half-ass apology because you got caught and you got exposed. That's not how you do things. Like, if you want to be for real about it, then just own up to it, which he did. But
Yeah.
then he was like, it's like a backdoor type shit, which not cool, not right. Like, you got caught. Do your thing, bro. Like, everyone already knew what you were doing.
Yeah, even the people that probably followed him or loyal to him, probably had an inclination, which is fine. They probably won't unfollow him because of that. But it's like if you would have just been real from the beginning, like, hey, I take X, Y, and Z because I need to or I have to. Like if he was marketing towards dumbass people, like there are a lot of dumbass people that look at him and go, "Oh, what is he eating? What's he doing?" I could be that. Like a lot of people do. Like I mean, that's just the world we live in. But most people aren't as dumb as that and look at it like, all right, well, he's not getting it from just eating liver and doing these insane workouts. Like, come on, it doesn't connect. It doesn't make sense. But wanted to bring that up because that happened because I happen to be following him for the last 6 months prior to about a month or two ago. I just happened to just unfollow him or not pay attention. But I was following him and I enjoyed him because he was on the top of my feed on my stories. So when I woke up, he give me some inspiration, like wake up, go outside, the typical shit. It wasn't about dieting. It wasn't about eating liver. It was more about go outside. And that's what I wanted to hear every once in a while. He was always outside, he always talks about like keep your feet grounded to the earth because humans do need to experience the ground, the sun, the earth, you need to feel the whole energy of the earth. So I followed him for those reasons, but it's just funny that he comes out and's like, "Oh, well, this whole time I was taking and he was taking massive amounts of steroids, not even like a little bit, massive amount." And it's just funny how he said what he said, like almost tongue in cheek, where he almost giggled when he said it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it's a half-ass apology in my opinion. Like I said, it's the first time I watched that video. Like, I don't really follow too many like fitness influencers or whatnot on Instagram just because I do my own thing. I have my brother that helps me out. My brother like went to school for this kind of stuff. He's been doing shit for a while. I let him do that kind of stuff. Like he watches more fitness influencers and YouTubers and stuff like that than I do. So I just learn from him. And honestly, like there's really not a better person to learn from than your own family, your own brother, at times. So I just do that. And like you said, it's genetics, bro. Like just because you do the workouts that these people are doing on Instagram and you train like them and whatever, yeah, you might get to a point where you look good, but just because they have those legs or they have that back or they have those arms doesn't mean if you follow everything they're doing, you're gonna get just like them. Like there's genetics, there's levels to stuff. These people have probably been working out for years on years, and they're over here claiming like, "Oh, you do this for 8 weeks, you're gonna look great." No, fuck out of here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck out of here. You can't do shit for 8 weeks and lose that kind of weight or get
For
shredded
real.
like that. No, they're on some shit. They're doing other things, and like if you want to do that, cool, more power to you. Go ahead, but you might pay for it in the long run later on in
Yeah.
life.
Anything that you could get, it's called the microwave version of it. Anytime people try to say you could do something to get it quick or half the time or
No,
less
bro.
effort means it's usually not realistic. But
No,
let's move on.
absolutely not.
I did want to talk. I mean, this is just what's going on. Art Basel in Miami this week. It's funny how I brought up before how you did your thing in Orlando, one way of adulting, and I did my other way of adulting as far as that. But Art Basel, I saw friends, a lot of people I knew were in Miami for this weekend, in either the whole weekend or parts. And I'm just looking at it like, bro, the traffic, the parking,
It's the worst part.
like everything. It's just like
So
the
bad.
whole process of it is. I went to Art Basel twice since I've been down here 7 years. Once when the first summer or first winter I was down here, and then maybe a few years ago. But man, there's just too many people, too much chaos, too much money being spent to go down
Yeah,
there.
it's become way too mainstream and just like
Mm-hmm.
way too like. Also, like it's because like the past few years with how everything has happened, Miami's become like a hub for a lot of things now. Like Miami is like the East Coast, like LA, and it kind of
Yeah,
sucks
for sure.
because if you're from South Florida, if you're from Miami, especially, like you don't like that, like it's cool because it's bringing in money to the city and all that kind of shit, but at the same time, it's worsening the city. Like Miami is getting like
It's already
super super
crazy for spring
overpopulated.
break and Labor Day
Yeah,
and all that stuff when people
and
come here and literally want to like murder people or litter the beach and just
yeah,
create
and
chaos and then
honestly,
leave.
Miami wasn't made for all that kind of shit. Like Miami wasn't made for that many people to be
No,
down there. Like it's not like that. If you look at the infrastructure of Miami, it's not meant for all this. And I mean, it's just too much going on. Like now, Miami's a hub. Like I said, it's a hub for a lot of like crypto. It's a hub for a lot of like money stuff. A lot of money is being moved to Miami. A lot of millionaires, a lot of billionaires. A lot of people are coming to Florida because of taxes in their states or laws in their state or whatever the case may be. So
mm.
that that has a lot to do with it, and it's just
You also
I don't
got
know.
some dumbass art being sold too.
Yeah, that's always going to happen, and I mean
Yeah,
there's a lot of other events going on, like music stuff, concerts,
yeah.
club stuff popping off. But if you're gonna do it, bro, the best way to do it is just like get an Airbnb or get a hotel. That way, you don't have to drive from wherever you're at. If you're in
Mm-hmm.
South Florida and spend money on parking, you can get an Uber, do all that kind of shit. But be prepared to just be stuck in traffic for a while and waiting
Yeah,
in line and all that kind of shit.
not my scene. I'm glad I didn't even entertain the thought of going down there, which is good. Save myself some anxiety. My liver, well, not my liver because I stay at home and drink, but also my pockets. So whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you go to Miami, you got to be prepared that you're going to spend like $80 to $100 before you get into any kind of venue. So
Easily.
yeah, some people
Easily.
don't know that.
So the topics I wanted to chat about. So we got, obviously Kanye West continuing to make news. We'll spend a little time on him because we're just going over the same shit. And it doesn't have to be that deep into it, but we bring up one topic to bring up another. So obviously Kanye West was on Alex Jones talking about Nazis, talking about Hitler. I sent you the video. We don't have to show it. If we won't even promote that in that type of light, but saying some reckless shit that if you're going to believe in that, if you're going to say it, just keep it for friends and family. Keep it in your clique. You don't have to go on the show. Alex Jones, I get Alex Jones has a platform, and I understand that. And I enjoy not listening to Alex Jones like a fan or a subscriber, but there is, he's been on Rogan a few times, and he's a little nutty. He's a little obtuse, but some of the things he does say, he does have some weight, and he's a smart individual when it comes to some things, but other things he kind of evens himself out. But went on Alex Jones, said some crazy shit, looking crazy, wearing a mask, got Yoo-hoo involved. You who took a stray bullet for no
You were
reason.
catching strays, yeah.
Yeah, taking trays. But what after he was on Alex Jones that same night where he was going crazy on Twitter was he revealed some information that no one knew, that the whole Twitter universe took over, group
Oh,
chats, sending memes. This is when Twitter is at its best. So break that down. That what Kanye West had to say about a couple individuals.
he posted I don't know where he got this picture from either, because that was what I was trying to find out. where he got this picture of Chris Paul. It looked like a yearbook picture, like some kind of like founders like donation type picture or whatever. He's like, by the way, I caught this guy in bed with Kim. And Twitter just popped off. Like talking about like, Chris Paul and Devin Booker at the Kardashian house showing videos of like Shaq and Kobe.
Because I think recently they broke up, but Devin Booker was with Kendall,
yeah.
I don't know if they're still together or whatnot, but man, those Kardashians have a long history with NBA players, man.
Yeah, NBA, NFL, whatever, like they just try to find these athletes to, procreate with, to have good genetics.
Make super athletes of.
But hey, And Twitter popped off, bro. Twitter was like Devin Booker's best assist, his greatest assist. just like showing crazy stuff. And like you said, that's when Twitter is at its best. I was definitely here for it.
What's that? You have that picture. It's called the Kardashian All-Star Team.
Yeah,
this is funny. I seen that. It's basically all the Kardashians you've dated in some form, or whether short term, mid-term, or long-term in the NBA. Got the, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the image. If you're listening, I'll say it out loud. Oh, you read it out loud.
So starting, you got point guard Chris Paul. You got shooting guard James Harden. Small forward Ben Simmons. Yeah. Power forward Blake Griffin. Center Tristan Thompson. Coming off the bench, you got Devin Booker.
Not a lot of shooting in that starting lineup.
Nah, Lamar Odom, Rashard McCants, and Jordan Clarkson.
Damn.
Hey, how many games is this team winning? Shit.
I gotta. So if I'm a coach, I gotta get Devin Booker in the starting lineup. So I'm going Chris Paul, Harden. I'm going a little small ball with Booker, small forward. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Ben at the power forward, maybe Tristan at center, clean up. I got Griffin off the bench. Yeah, Chris Humphries off the bench, solid. Jordan Clarkson, 6th man of the year. Yeah, that's a solid squad right there.
It's a solid squad. Absolutely,
that could do well now. Obviously, 5 years ago, that could go crazy 5 years ago, but that's a quality lineup if everybody's in their 32-year-old or 33-year-old body, or some of them are younger than that.
That's definitely a solid lineup. That's a playoff caliber team. They might win
fringe,
a playoff. They might win a playoff round too.
Yeah.
So, hey,
they're collecting. Got to catch them all. Kardashians. God bless.
Yeah, I mean.
And the only NFL one is Reggie Bush, obviously, with Kim. But man, they clean up in the NBA. That's for sure. And now in the rap industry too. So. Whatever. They're doing their thing. Straight. And then that leads us kind of segue from Kanye to Kyrie. Was today officially Nike dropped Kyrie from their signature line. He had the Kyrie 8s coming out this year. Obviously that gets suspended. That's not coming out. It was known that they were going to drop them, but they made it official. And then within a few hours of them announcing that he's officially dropped, they said Ja Morant is now going to come out with a signature line. So basically, Kyrie's out. Ja Morant, which is a great, for Nike, that's a great pickup as far as coming out with a signature sneaker. Ja Morant is the future of the NBA, and also not only on the court but off the court too. Do you think Nike got ahead of itself too much? Should have waited it out more? Nike's stuck with players that did far worse off the court or off the field than Kyrie has. What do you think about that? What do you objectively, and then you could be maybe biased with it, but like, what do you think Nike is? If you're Nike, what do you think they're thinking? And then what is your thought process of what they did?
I think it's an agenda, bro. Like it's about what he said, or not even what he said. What he
because he didn't say much.
what he retweeted, and it's kind of sad that Kyrie's getting all this shit for just tapping his phone twice.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is still streaming on Amazon, and Amazon
Not
said they're
gonna
not
take it
going
off.
to take down. Yeah, so we're looking at the wrong person here. We're looking at the wrong entity. Like Nike, like if you know about Nike, you know the sweatshops they have, you know the labor they got going on in China, and I'm sure like at the head of Nike's like round table, there's probably some Jewish people, you know,
Lot.
and you know, I don't know if Phil Knight is Jewish. I don't know. I don't think he is, but I'm sure he probably has people around him and at Nike that are. Not probably. There's
Or
come on.
relationships, business or
Yeah.
personal, for sure.
So it's all about looks, bro. It's all about making sure you're doing the right thing. Like things nowadays are very different. Like you can't say certain things about Jewish people. You can't say certain things about LGBTQ, XYZ, FGWY, whatever.
And
You
then
say
a
stuff
P.
about you say stuff about that, you get looked at,
You're
whatever,
dead.
you know.
Straight
Yeah,
to jail.
cancel culture. It's fucking dumb. But yeah, no, they really did get ahead of themselves. Like they're gonna lose someone that, and people never keep the same energy ever. Fucking never, bro. No one wants to talk about all the good things Kyrie Irving is doing.
A lot
Okay,
of donations, a lot
Nike's
of
not out here
pros.
doing that. And
Yeah.
if Nike's doing that shit, it's for tax write-offs. They're not donating money and shit to fucking look to be a good person or whatever. Kyrie, I don't know him as a person, but I know he didn't mean anything with
Yeah.
what he was saying or whatnot. And I know when he's donating this kind of stuff and he's helping these families out and he's helping these schools out, it's coming from the right place. I know he's not doing it to get clout or to be like, oh, look at me. Like he's not a pick me, you know? So they lost a good person. They lost a fucking great athlete because I've said it before. I'll say it again. When Kyrie Irving actually wants to play and he's at his best, he's a top 10, top 15 player in the fucking league. So it's just dumb, bro. It's just dumb. You can't speak your mind anymore without people like wanting to get rid of you so fast. And whichever fucking shoe picks them up, whichever brand picks them up, they're getting a fucking great athlete.
They're gonna
So,
move
and they're gonna make a
units
lot of
right
money.
away. Right away. Yeah, that's the one thing where it's like you just said, I don't know Kyrie personally, but all I could go off is what I watch. And when if a player is on my sports team, I go all in. I watch a lot of interviews. I overconsume, and maybe in an interview or two, somebody could fool you. Somebody could, like a LeBron, he could come off a certain way. But if you watch enough interviews, time after time, you watch Kyrie after a loss, after a win, during criticism, during this. And I've watched it all over the last 3 years. I've literally watched probably every video that's worth watching of Kyrie over the last 3 years. And he definitely doesn't choose to do it for clout or try to come off. He has his beliefs. Whether you agree with him or not, at least he has them. He stands for something. He tries to educate himself, whether he does it in the right way or the wrong way, I don't know. Sometimes he comes off a little off or a little different, but what person isn't, if when they have these deep beliefs or they try to be a little different than the mainstream. I too agree. I always say I too agree with Kanye sometimes in the way he's thinking, because I try to be that free thinker or that person that thinks differently. Everybody goes that way. I want to see what's on the other side of where people aren't going, or why aren't people seeing it this way. So I tend to do that as well. But yeah, we got to give him his flowers as far as the good he does. He donates to a lot of charity. WNBA, when everybody's critical about that, and he donates to the WNBA as far as financial stuff, like little things as far as supporting their game. He when there's a mishap with the police, or he finds out that a family can't afford a funeral or whatever, he donates. There's been so many things over the last couple of years that it's talked about in the media, or it's put out as a post on Bleacher Report just for likes, but it's never mentioned along with the good he does, right? He's not this hateful person from what I gather. So Wanted to bring that up for Nike because I think they're making a big mistake. Not only they're not the most perfect company in the last 50 years. They're probably right up there with a lot of controversy globally, and how they go about their business. But also, they've stuck around athletes that have done far worse and supported them throughout it, and then also re-up their deals. So it's very interesting to see that there's something. Whenever things don't make sense to the public and whoever's listening or watching, when things don't make sense like that, when you go, wait, why is Nike, a company that does this, not sticking with a player that performs, makes you money, and then you stick around with other athletes that do far worse or just the same? Something's deeper into that, and you guys got to understand that. If as you take a shot, something's going on, something's deeper. It's something deeper than just there might be an attack on one person, which I don't think Kyrie deserves it. He's never been arrested. He's never been accused of any wrongdoing as a person,
Right.
as his character, and yet he gets judged, viewed, and looked at as if he's. Let's be honest. We watch breaking news all the time: domestic violence, X, Y, and Z, battery, assault, this and that. Kyrie got not even a small like. It's crazy. I've never seen an athlete get more judged for off the court as he has. Him, Aaron Rodgers is one of them. But Aaron Rodgers has only been a part of COVID. So like Kyrie's been a part of a lot of other things. But I'm not saying it's not self-inflicted because Kyrie has brought the intention to him. He could handle a couple of situations a lot better. But
at the same time, like,
never seen this before.
Yeah, it may be self-inflicted, but he's a fucking person, bro. He's a human. He's allowed to have his own beliefs. He's allowed to have.
If you don't like it, keep it moving.
He wants to think. Yeah, just like if you're listening to us and you don't like what we think, all right, cool. You don't have to listen to us. We appreciate it if you are, and you want to have a discussion about it with us. Even better, But like we said before, that art of discussing and having conversation, that's just lost because everyone's so quick to get offended. Everyone's so emotional about whatever they believe in, and it's kind of bullshit, bro. Like, that's why I just don't even waste my energy with people anymore, because they're probably going to say something that has no thought or no like anything behind it, and I'm just going to get upset and just be like, all right, whatever. You really don't know what you're
100%.
saying. Like, but I'm just going to keep it moving. So you want to cancel Kyrie, you want to do whatever, all right, like, you're not going to stop watching the NBA if you're an NBA fan.
Yeah, people love Kyrie too.
Brooklyn Nets are still going to be on fucking prime time. They're still going to be on TNT. They're still going to be on ESPN, all that shit. So,
bro, Kyrie, Brooklyn has one of the largest populations in America of Jewish people or Orthodox or all that. Since he's come back, no boos, all standing ovations, all support, all love. I'm not saying that's the be all end all of it all, but I'm just saying, like, reasonable people get it, realize what it is. Even when he goes to the away teams, nobody's really booed him much. But let's end it at that. Got a lot of topics to cover, and a lot of things we want to discuss. One topic that you had, San Fran approves robots to use deadly force. ELON'S NEUROLINK. Talk about that real quick before we jump into some sports.
I would never live in San Fran. I would never live in California. Just I'd be even more broke than I am right now. But I don't think leaving technology and robots and all this kind of stuff to be allowed to make decisions is a good idea. I don't see, we can't even trust humans with guns because some of them don't know the difference between a gun and a taser. They're just out here shooting people. Actually, I mean, now that I say that, it might be a better thing overall. Like, these robots, they don't know race, so they might be able to decipher, not have any emotions or feelings or whatever involved. But still, at the end of the day, I've watched iRobot. I've watched a lot of sci-fi movies, and when we get robots and AI and all that kind of stuff involved with, I mean, look at the fucking Terminator. It usually doesn't end well.
Shit.
So, I mean, hopefully it's a step in the right direction, but I don't see that going anywhere positive. Neuralink with Elon, I kind of fucks with that. I mean, maybe in like 20, 30 years, you might be able to hack that shit and just take over the human body. But how he's saying it, how he's promoting it, how he's talking about it, it seems cool because it's meant for people that have disabilities or that have gotten like injuries, like let's say if they're in the armed forces and they get hurt or whatnot, like it's supposed to help you like walk, it's supposed to help you like if you have like a speech impediment or you can't
Mm-hmm.
talk or you can't see or shit like that, it's supposed to send like shit to that part of your brain and your body and it's going to help you. Like if you've never seen before, that Neuralink is going to send shit to your brain where your vision is, and it should help you see, should help you walk, it should help you talk better or whatever, all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So it all sounds good and dandy when it's being brought up, but again, you can look at it both ways and be like, oh, you can hack this shit and make people do whatever you want them to do, but who knows, bro? I'm not a fucking rocket scientist. I'm not building this kind of shit
Yeah.
or fucking coding it or
Way
whatever.
far
So,
advanced than what we can understand, but
yeah, he
there's
was on
pros
the
and
Rogan
cons to everything.
podcast a while ago talking
Yep.
about it, and Rogan was like, "Would you do it?" And he like hesitated for a little. He was like, "Yeah." So,
I
I
mean,
mean,
there'd be no reason for somebody like him to do it, because he's like, why would
right,
you mess up a brain like that, or
correct.
mess with good or bad a brain like that? Because it's like he has so much value right now. He knows it. That's why I like that he hesitated. I've listened to that exact pod. I listened to both times he was on Rogan already 2 or 3 times. Just because he talks so much information that goes way over your head because it seems so simple to him, and when you're listening to you, you're like,
And
oh fuck, I don't know what the fuck
he's
you just
actually
said.
one of the few people. I'm not sure why he does it or for whatever reason he does it, but like when he gets asked the question, like he waits, like he
Takes his
actually
time.
thinks things through. And for someone to be as smart as he is and
Mm-hmm.
calculated as he is, that's not normal. Like people usually like they know what they're gonna say off rip when they get asked a question. Like fucking Kanye. Kanye just says whatever's on the top of his head. Elon, like I don't know if it's because he's trying to maintain a certain image and not trying to get like caught up in shit, but he's really well calculated with what he says, how he replies to questions. So I like that about him.
Yeah, he's got to go back on Rogan soon, because he hasn't been on it in a few years, so it's like kind of redo it. So hopefully Rogan gets him back on soon. He's been super available. Obviously, this man's got more hours in the day than all of us, because I don't know how he does it, but God bless him. Let's see what more he has to do with Twitter. Not only Twitter. Twitter's is like almost his side project. His real
But it's a
project
side piece.
is, yeah, for real, $48 billion side piece, which is crazy. Um, let's get into some sports here. I wrote it down because we were debating a little bit, and I think now it's getting to the point where we're playing. Every team's played more than 20, 25 games. We're more than a quarter way through. We talked about it a little bit. East versus West. Who's the best conference? As we've been talking about for the last few weeks, as far as the NBA as in standings, Boston, Milwaukee, Cleveland are the top three in the East. Phoenix, New Orleans, Denver. New Orleans 15-8. That's crazy. I just seen that. Utah's dropped
They're
down
good.
from first to ninth in the last 2 weeks. So a lot of changes, obviously, early in the season, but a lot of the a lot of teams are not where they should be or not where they'll finish. I don't see New Orleans maintaining that 15-8. Sacramento 13-9. I don't see them maintaining that either. Obviously, the Clippers are sixth place in the West. They're going to get healthier. Portland's always kind of like in the middle or not getting healthy. But Dallas 11-11. Luka's doing crazy numbers, but yet they're still 500. Lakers are right now the 13th seed. In the East, you got Brooklyn 8. You got Miami 9. Chicago 12. It's kind of weird right now, but we debated. I like the East. I think there's a lot more quality in the East. You said the West, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the standings right now. I'm not. I can't even say surprised. I'm at Cleveland. Like because they got a lot of talent, and this ain't your dad's Cleveland Cavaliers no more. Like they're
Real.
doing their thing. I mean, I just look at like the Nets, the Heat. I feel like those teams started slow. Same thing with the Bulls. I think they'll pick it up. Just a lot of injuries, a lot of struggles early on in the year, and then I mean, same thing with the West. Like I like the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans have a hell of a team. They're well coached. They finally got Zion back. Like Brandon Ingram's coming into his own. Alvarado's fucking great, like energy piece. They got that other I forget his name, Jones. Herb Jones plays crazy defense. But yeah, I mean teams like the Jazz, Trailblazers, like they kind of fizzled out. We expected that. And hey, man, the Lakers, they can make some noise. AD is playing fucking out of his mind right now. Like this dude is playing at an MVP level in the last few years. They've played a lot better since they had Russ coming off the bench, which I hate to say it, but it's a great move. I don't understand how Russ is coming off the bench, but it is later on in his career. He's had a lot of injuries. He's had a lot of like crucial injuries, so it makes sense. The Warriors, they're probably going to pick it up. I mean, there's a lot of parity in the league. There's a lot of young
Yeah.
players that are up and coming. We said it
Lot.
a few episodes ago with Hoop Diamonds. If you haven't seen that episode, definitely go back and
One
take
of
a
our
look at that.
best.
That was a great interview. If you love basketball, if you love hoops, check that out. Follow his page. He's doing his thing. My plug right there. But yeah, a lot of parity, a lot of up and coming players, a lot of really good up and coming players, kind of taking
Real.
over from what we're used to in the past. I don't know. I've been watching basketball now for 20 years, so the last 15, 20 years. So the game is in good hands. It's always going to be in good hands.
I think the NBA has figured it out as far as I think this is the best quality NBA as far as each team in if ever, I think, because and what you got to look at is the change to the lottery. If you're if you're the worst team, that doesn't give you the best odds. That has helped. You know what I mean? That like you could be the best team, the number one worst team in the league, sometimes doesn't even get a top 3 pick. That means other teams, there's different ways to strategize in that free agency with the way you could re-sign a player, you could do a sign and trade, you could get better. And, you look at the Thunder, for example, they're 11 and 13. That's without their first round draft pick. Currently, Chet
Yeah,
not playing, and that's included the fact that they have 13 first round picks over the next 8 years. So it's like they're gonna
right.
get better. That's a team 5 years from now. We could be like they're making a claim for the conference finals. There's just LeBron's gonna be out of the league in 2 years. Durant's gonna be out of the league in 4. You got that next wave of players coming in. It's every team has an all-star or a fringe all-star, like
Yeah, or
close to
like
it.
two or
There's
two
there's
that are
maybe yeah, there's maybe out of all 30 teams or 32 teams or whatever, there's probably 2 teams that you can't say have an all-star or a fringe all-star. But like that's crazy because like every team has a guy that could like put up points, could affect the game, and you see a lot of upsets in the game. You never know. But yeah, wanted to kind of recap basketball. We had Hoop Diamonds on. We're gonna have maybe him back on during the season, and maybe another guest or two for the NBA season. We got to get past people on that we have an idea of who we want to come back on and recap, and that we had them on for the first time and talk some more hoops. Do you have that video of Stephen Curry? Sorry,
I
Seth
do.
Curry's on my mind. Because he played like trash the other day. Stephen Curry.
He's really hit or miss, huh? Seth.
Who?
Seth.
Yeah, he's building back. He was out a little bit. He got some off-season surgery. Joe Harris got off-season surgery, and he was caca poo poo for the first 10 games. He came back, but like over the last 5 games, he's shooting like over 60% from 3. So same thing with Curry. I think he's got to work his way back.
Oh,
But
Joe Harris is back from threes.
he's back from 3s. Look for
Oh,
2.5 over. You're back on it.
Over. It might be
Bet.
time to bring it back up. All right, so are we gonna do breaking news about this video before we play it, or are we just gonna?
We'll set it up. You set it up. Is it real or fake? You go into that, and then then we'll go into it after watching it.
I mean, even if you hit one of these like this, it's still impressive.
This went viral yesterday. No context to the video, just put out. He hits one full court shot, then he hits another one. After the third one, I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's Steph Curry, that made people be like, if anyone's gonna hit 5 of these in a row, it'll be him, right?
And for sure. And the balls,
real or fake? Real or fake?
I'm calling cap.
That means lie.
That means lie.
That,
bro, if you're gonna hit 1, all right, cool. 2, you're Steph, cool. But you're fucking hitting these, no backboard, no rim, it's just straight net.
Actually, I will say on the when he was making them, they sounded like they all went off the backboard. Meaning, I think he made one of those, and they just replayed that same trajectory, if you know what I mean. Because you can edit it that. I think he probably hit one of those.
Because you can see that the clock goes 5:11 to 5:12, and then it goes back to 5:11.
Does it?
But yeah, but the balls are coming off the rack. They're going in order. So I don't know, man.
A lot of good quality editing with it. Yeah. A lot of people were saying that. A lot more people thought it was real than I thought. And I'm always in the internet. Anytime I see something crazy, I always think it's not real. If I don't watch it in a real game happening in real time, it's not. It's fake to me, because today it's all about going, viral and put it to a page, and we could use this as marketing or whatever it is. So don't believe anything you see on social media. You're a lot better off. You rather be the idiot that doesn't believe in it and it's real for days versus the person that believes everything that you see and be like, dude, you got to stop being so fucking dumb and naive.
Yeah, it's like that Kanye video where he saves that alien or whatever, and she's watching the news in his house, the runaway shit, and he turns the TV off. He's like, baby, first rule in this world is don't believe anything you see on the news.
There you go.
So, that's when Kanye was sane. Now,
allegedly,
but
allegedly he was never sane.
No, he probably never was. But
football.
But Dolphins finally lost.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up some quick topics because I don't want to spend too much on NFL and soccer. I want to get into your UFC fights real quick, but Jimmy G out. Baker ? Coming to San Fran.
Not happening.
Dropped by he got waived by the Panthers, so he's going somewhere. But it's late in the season. It's late in the season, so it's weird. I guess the San Fran's just got to deal with having a third string quarterback try to lead them, which I've seen it before. If you invest in the run, they got McCaffrey who could do help out the quarterback a lot. Whoever has McCaffrey going into the playoffs is gonna get probably 25, 30 fantasy points a game because of that. I mean, they're gonna lean heavy on him and Debo.
Yeah, I was just about to say Debo too. They have the right players that can do short screen passes, jet sweeps, stuff like that to really help a quarterback and get him in a rhythm to then throw intermediate, deeper passes, whether it be to Greg Kittle or Brandon Ayuk, shit like that.
They got weapons, bro. They got so many weapons on that team.
Yeah, hey, Brock Purdy looked good against the Dolphins. Dolphins defense ain't that great, but he was dicing us up. That game was frustrating as fuck to watch. So,
you guys, I mean, eventually every football team goes. You guys were riding high for so many weeks. You surviving with Tua getting hurt. You're up against quality teams. You're not losing against the Houston Texans. You're dominating the Texans. Teams like that you should win against, and you played a quality defense, and you'll get better from this. So I think getting into the heart of your schedule for the Dolphins objectively, because I try to pay attention to them as much as possible for you, podcast, and also, I pay attention. Right now, I got the Miami Heat on my one TV just to try to watch.
Why? Why?
I try to watch as much Miami
No,
sports as I can.
It fucking sucks.
But I think you'll be fine. You guys got a lot of weapons. I think defensively, you just got to figure it out. You guys got enough talent on the defensive side individually that you'll figure it out. I think it just takes time. The Giants tied, first tie in my history of watching, 1996, I think they said was the last time the Giants had a tie, 2020 to the Commanders. In that case, we should have won only because we held a lead late. And then we had multiple opportunities to end it in the fourth and overtime. We didn't. But a tie is better than a loss. We'll take it. That's it for football, really. We'll see. We're coming down to, after this week, we got one more week of fantasy football. Out of the 3 leagues I'm in, I'm probably eliminated definitely in 2 of them after this week. But then one of them I'm still alive, which is probably the bigger pot. I think the pot first place is $11.50. So at least I'm alive in the bigger pot one. Hey, if I win that pays for that only pays for the last 4 years I've been playing without any wins. So I'm about even. What about you? How you looking?
Not good. This has been my worst year in fantasy ever. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
You're not alone. It's been an odd year. Injuries, strategy with teams. It's all over the place.
So bad. I have a losing record in every fucking league. I'm retired, bro. I'm retiring. I'm calling it quits. I think I'm just gonna run the league that I'm commissioner in, and that's it. Shout out ESPN for the 2 win, 2 loss or 1-1 type shit. If you're a commissioner in any kind of league, especially football, because that's really the only fantasy that I do. I know
do
you
baseball
do,
and basketball, yeah,
but football is really the only one that matters.
Does it?
Yeah, if you're not doing 2 wins, 2 losses, or 1-1, so you get
yourself.
a win for you're playing yourself. Like, congratulations, you played yourself. You need this to happen. Like, it's time to switch it up. You get your matchup, win or loss, and then you have top 6 in scoring get a W, and bottom 6 in scoring get an L. So if you fucking play against the highest scoring team, but you're the second highest scoring team, you get an L. That's not fair. Because people might say that, hey, you're taking the luck away from it, but fuck luck. Like, dead ass. Like, fuck that. You should get a W because another team's going to score 77, and then they're going to play against someone who scores 70, and they get a win. No, you double the score. You'd be sick.
Imagine in 2022 playing in a league with 10 teams and you don't do 2-point system. Imagine you're just
you have
to. You're prehistoric at that time. Like the 2-point system, people in your league didn't even realize this. That's what got me so heated that day. It was like they couldn't. First of all, no offense to them, maybe all offense to them. They couldn't comprehend what that meant. That is in my head like.
It's also not just something new, and people don't.
I know,
change,
but people don't like change. I understand that, but I explained it to Bree, and she doesn't know anything that goes on in fantasy, and she even right away I explained it as simplest terms as possible, and she understands why that makes sense. It basically eliminates luck. It eliminates the scenario you just said. That's very possible. In your first 3 games of the season, you could chance out, luck out, because we don't make the schedule. You could play the worst teams 3 weeks in a row and be 3-0. That doesn't mean you have the best team. So I won't break it down on this, but if you have questions about it, hit us up. We'll coach you through it. Because if you run a league and you're not doing 12 people in a league, even my baseball and basketball, we do 12-man leagues because it only makes it a little harder when you're making lineups. And also, every league that I'm in, I run my baseball league. We do 2-point system. My basketball leagues do a 2-point system. It's the way to life.
Yeah. No, it's the way to do it.
Definitely. College football playoffs, 12 teams. That's pretty big, right?
Yeah, starting 2024. I think 2023 it's going to be 8 teams, and then 2024 12 teams.
A lot of money involved in that, huh?
Oh, of course, absolutely. That's what it all is. I mean, they're just trying. This is how I look at it. They're just trying to get more SEC teams involved. And this year, like Alabama's not in the top 4. You know, if you have that one year like this year where Alabama's not, let's say, even in the top 8, because there's a lot more parity. There's a lot more of these recruits going out to different schools and whatnot. I mean, shit, you had the number 1 high school player. He went to Jackson State. So there's a lot of parity now. You don't have Alabama in the top 4, you're losing out because Alabama is Alabama. So you keep expanding this shit, and you got the more SEC teams is going to be more money. So,
of course,
I'm with it. It's more fun, bro. That's how it should be. Honestly, like I think they need to 12 is a good amount. They don't need to expand it more than 12.
No. They're going to be making a lot of money off the more games. I don't get into college football during the season. This is the time where I might throw on a game. I throw on a couple of Michigan games. I like Michigan's my team. I chose them a long time ago for various reasons. I don't follow them as much as I should or I could, but it is what it is. I'll watch the championship game when it comes, or maybe the semifinals. World Cup, round of 16, USA lost to Netherlands. They showed their
They ran into a
inexperience.
fucking crazy team, though.
Yeah,
like,
that team looked good.
Out of all the teams they could have played, they probably, like, besides like Brazil, they probably played one of the better teams in the World Cup this year. Netherlands
they're a quality team for sure.
They're out of their mind.
They're a quality team. The first goal they had, they literally took the ball from end to end with perfect passes. They probably passed the ball 10 times. Everything was clean, and led to a goal. And then so they couldn't keep it close. They had opportunities very early. I was watching the game outside in the front yard. I brought the TV out while we were doing the yard sale. I was decked out in my America. Didn't help. So World Cup's been great so far, though. Elimination games, not a lot of upsets. Japan had a opportunity to upset Croatia today.
Man, that Croatian goalie, bro, he earned his check. He earned whatever.
But also those Japanese shots weren't great. Yeah, it was a combo. Like, to save a goal, it means a lot more than a bad shot. But those shots, like, he saved I've never seen penalty kicks out of 5 kicks that the guy saves 3. And the kicks were not great. They were like low, mid to low, and they were all of them were very blockable.
No top corner. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, Japan didn't. They played well as a team. Respect to them. They played very well in this World Cup. Probably best ever. Never advanced. I think I heard to after the round of 16. Brazil put a slacking on Korea today.
Yeah. They did.
What else? Argentina moved on. What else? Tomorrow we got Morocco, Spain. Spain should come out booming. Morocco advanced. They're playing. I haven't seen them play at all, basically, in this World Cup, but they won their group. And then Portugal, Switzerland's going to be a quality game, I think, at 2:00 tomorrow, or if you're listening to this today. USA lose. Messi moves on. That's it. Tyson Fury fight. We'll spend a minute on this. I watched it on Saturday after the yard sale. Yeah, you didn't see that? Oh, you were at UFC, kind of traveling.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know he was fighting.
So I'll do a breakdown real quick of this. Some dude, some black dude. He was tough. I'll give it to him. So I watched it. It was happening. The undercard started at 2. Their fight started at 4:15.
They
I
got Dana
thought
White on this
I
shit right
thought, yeah, I see that. They should, he should have been, the dude who was fighting should have been knocked out round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It went to like round
now.
8, I think. Way longer than it should. It's almost like Tyson Fury, man, was hitting this dude. He wasn't going down. Credit to him, but also I feel like Tyson Fury was not
He was toying with him.
not finishing, not toying, because I don't want to say he like allowed it to go deep into the fight, but he wasn't finishing him, and I don't know what the reason was. Maybe there was a respect there. Maybe he didn't feel comfortable of going all in, but that dude was dazed from round 1 and every round after. Dominate fight. The other guy didn't win a round. I didn't even see the official scorecard. I'm just going off what I saw because I was completely sober for it because it was in the middle of the day and we had some people over drinking and I was sober. So how was break down some fights, a few minutes from your UFC that you attended in
And
Orlando.
let me pull up the card. I missed the first like 2 or 3 prelim fights just because Tracy Cortez pulled out, so I wasn't even like, that was the one prelim fight I wanted to see. So I didn't really get there that in time. But man, the main card was fire, bro. Like, crowd was awesome. Pulling it up right now. Michael Johnson and the Mark Diakisi fight, that was a good ass fight. Michael Johnson did his thing. He proved why he's probably top 15 in his division. That he needs to fight Bobby Green, and whoever wins gets in the top 15. Clay Guida did his thing. He's a crowd guy. Like, it's fun to watch. He's just been in the UFC for a long time, and I was very happy, and it was awesome to see Angie Hill because she's a legend, bro. She always does her thing. She's entertaining. She got unanimous decision, so that was cool. Main card, man, didn't disappoint. Phil Rowe, Nico Price was a banger. Phil Rowe won by TKO. Eric Anders and Kyle Dawkins was fun too. Knockout, TKO, like a lot of finishes in the main card. They were all actually they were all finishes. Roman Dolidze beat Jack Hermanson. Like, he had a calf splice that was fucking clean, and then he just was on top of him. Poor Jack Hermanson, like, face down on the mat, just getting ground and pound. Man, so sad. Pavlovich and Tai Tuivasa, like, less than a minute. Like, I wasn't even like, I was still like hype about Bam Bam's like coming out music, and granted, he had a fucking war just a few months ago with Cyril Gane. So for him to take another fight in the heavyweight division against Sergey Pavlovich, who's a fucking problem. Like, this Russian motherfucker is no joke, bro. Like, he's serious. Like, he's gonna jump to the top 5 now, maybe even top 4, because Tuivasa was in the top 5. Tuivasa needs to take some time off. He already said it on Instagram. He's going to take some time off, be with his family, be with his son. So more power to him. Man, it was fun to see Dos Anjos, fucking legend, Brazilian legend. He beat Barberena by rear naked choke. These Brazilians, bro, like, these fucking Brazilians on the ground, man. This jiu-jitsu shit is just different. Like, they're so good at this shit. Like, Brazilians and Russians right now run MMA. Like, it's
Hell
just
yeah.
they're on another level. And then Wonder Boy, Stephen Thompson, and Kevin Holland, man, that shit was fun, bro. Like, that shit was a banger. I thought it was gonna be a banger. A lot of people thought it was gonna be a banger. I enjoyed it. Like, even people that I was with were like, "Yo, this is intense. Like, this is fun." And they're not too familiar with the UFC. So for them to say that and for them to be involved and locked in and like up on their chair, like, that was good to watch. And it kind of sucks how it ended. I think they both broke. I know Kevin Holland got his fingers broken by checking some of Wonder Boy's kicks, and
Yep.
Wonder Boy broke his hand. So, I mean, that's nuts. It was entertaining. They were banging out. They kept high-fiving each other for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. I've never seen that many high fives.
Right.
Um,
I think they said they spent a
they're
lot of time
friends.
together before, yeah, and like
Yeah,
sparred and
yeah.
trained and stuff.
But like, still, bro, like,
It was still a
I
lot
get
of
it.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was some dude behind me. They're like, "Yo, you got more high fives than jabs. Like, come on, we're in a fucking
Yeah.
fight."
I
You
get
know.
it.
So I get the sportsmanship and everything like that, but keep that shit outside the ring or after
Uh-huh.
the fight. Don't
Uh-huh.
don't be laughing and all friendly and shit while you're fighting, bro. Like, if you're in there, fucking fight, dog. That's what fans are there. That's what they pay to see. So no, it was those main card was fucking lit, bro. Main card was fucking lit. I couldn't ask for. I was surprised it was a fight night. Uh, that is a pay per view worthy card. The
Yep.
fact that there was no championship fights on it was probably why. And I mean, John Anik was in the building. Bisping was doing the color commentary. So was DC Daniel Cormier. So that was awesome. When I found out there was going to be a Bruce Buffer event, that just elevated my hypeness
Hell
to
yeah, brother.
going. So fuck yeah, man. I'm UFC, bro. I love that shit. Inject that shit right in my veins. There's nothing better. And we got a pretty decent card next week.
Yeah, I was just
The
checking that.
championship fight got called off. It's interim now, light heavyweight. Ankalaev and Jan. Yuri Prochaska had to pull out because he had like a shoulder injury or whatnot against Glover. They tried to give Glover the fight against Ankalaev. He said nah, which I don't blame him at all. You train for months to fight one person, and you're 42, so you're not going to have many chances to make another run at
Patty.
the belt. Yeah, Patty's on the co-main. My dog just took what do you say? My dog took a nasty shit.
He's like, it's pretty nasty. It's all over. I felt bad. Like, dog. He's crazy on that ring
So
cam.
yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. I mean, he doesn't like fighting in the U.S. He said, "Fuck that U.S. taxes." But it's still going to be a good card, man. I just love that shit.
For
You
that
got
to
some.
be
Oh,
UFC
Doug Nasty.
280.
Doug Nasty's on the card. Bryce Mitchell, my guy. He had like a 30-26, like 2 30-26 wins last time he fought.
This card doesn't seem like a pay-per-view worthy now.
No, a lot of people have been pulling out due to injury the last few
Yeah,
weeks.
so they should almost call their losses and be like, all right, let's just put it on ESPN.
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's a good question for Peyton and Eli to ask Dana White right now. Be like, yo,
yeah, like I understand
good,
you had it as a pay-per-view, but if you have certain fights being pulled off or taken off or recreated, you can't expect the people to, what was expected to be the same amount. Like you're talking $80, where this fight night, that was a quality fight night. I was watching it. I wasn't drunk during the day, but I got definitely drunk at night when I was texting you. Whenever you see those texts rolling in, that was me feeling myself, and that was good quality. Holland by the Holland fight, I was locked into that, and that was a good quality main event. And yeah, this doesn't deserve a pay-per-view. This if I was somebody that was buying pay-per-views, this wouldn't get my money at all. Sorry.
No, it's not. It's not getting my money. I'm gonna click a few things on the internet and find it somehow, some way.
Okay. Let me.
Okay.
Let me. Yeah. Same. Real quick, baseball news. Verlander signs with the Mets. He's 39 years old. He signed a 2-year. Let me find it. Did I text my boy earlier? He signed a 2-year, $86 million. Do the quick math on that. That's $43 million a year with an option for a third. Guys in their high 30s are signing low amount of years and high amount of dollars, which makes sense for the club. So you don't lock a guy in for that many years just in case he goes to shit. You can kind of pay him to go away, but that's a lot of money. Trey Turner, which a guy that was hoping the Yankees would look at, went to the Phillies. Man, the Phillies looking good. Their lineup. We'll get into baseball talk. We'll have hopefully before next season we'll have Steve Armato break down some good quality baseball talk. But that lineup is Trey Turner. You got Bryce Harper. You got what's his name? The big boy.
Oh, Schwarber, Kyle
Schwarber,
Schwarber.
yeah, Schwarber, and then you got a bunch of other players on that team that could perform. Let's see, Hoskins, JT Realmuto, you know him. Yeah, man, their lineup is solid, very solid, and the pitching is always solid enough. Obviously, they got to World Series. Judge from the Yankees. It seems like the Yankees are the best bet, but um, Judge wants the 9th year, which damn, he's 30, about to be 31 next year. That means he wants to be a Yankee till 39. Shit, 39, making 36 mil a year. Yikes,
Bro,
fuck.
give it to him. What the
I
fuck?
know.
What do you mean, yikes?
Yeah, give it to him, but like, shit. I don't.
Give it to him, bro.
Hopefully he could be. Hopefully he's
It's
hitting home
baseball.
runs. Hopefully he's
I mean,
hitting home. I mean, he could be out like Albert Pujols. I thought his career was done, and at 42 years old, he smacked 20 some home runs this year. So, and they made a
and then
playoff
he
run.
can also DH.
Yeah, so
DH, bro. You know?
we got to plan ahead for sure. Bet the fort. I seen you making bets this week. Holler at your boy. All right, I see you.
Something. I'm, not
Cooking up.
doing so hot, but
The people want you back though. I seen some DMs coming your way. The people want you. Give the people what they want.
The rust needs to come off for whatever reason. Mike Evans doesn't want to score right now. Brady looks like fucking, I don't even know who, PJ Washington right now. PJ Washington, whatever dude, backup quarterback on the Panthers is.
Whomever.
Shots hitting. These shots hitting.
For real.
PJ Williams. I don't know, man. I haven't. Hey, look, if you want a solid prop bet, AD, points, rebounds, assists, over.
Joe Harris back, 2.5, over.
Joe Harris back. If it's at 2.5 threes, take it. But AD's points, rebounds, assists totals have been anywhere from 37.5 to like 41.5. This dude's doing that in points by itself. He had 55 points and 17 rebounds the other night. So just lock that shit in.
Yeah.
That's what I got for you.
All right, before
I even set notifications on my phone for when the Lakers play, just so I could hit his fucking points, rebounds, assists.
Let's pull up some LABtalk.
LABtalk? Fucking LABtalk. You wanna do some of the questions that we had from Katie last week, or you want to do the 2 new ones?
Yeah, let's do the 2 new ones because I do have a couple other ones that I don't think we got to on 50. We'll save the Katie more because we have that in the bank because those are good conversations. Let's do the 2 new ones and then you do the 2 new ones and then I'll go through because I think there's a couple ones that we didn't get to last time. So go ahead.
All right, yeah. So the 2 new ones.
LABtalk, hashtag, email, enter the lab, podcast at gmail.com. You already know. All right, just had to plug it real quick.
What's going on with you? Yeah. Our boy Evan, ETG Fitness from New York, city that never sleeps.
Staten Island, same block as me. Ride or die, born and raised.
This is more so you. This is more so for you.
It could be you. It could be you eventually, though.
Yeah, here and there. He wants to know, do we enjoy the occasional cigar? If so, what's the go-to brand? I like cigars, for special occasions like weddings, graduations,
Let's smoke one next time we link. I got a couple stogies on deck at all times. Next time we link.
Holidays, birthdays, stuff like that. But I mean, I feel like to smoke, you can't smoke a whole cigar, bro. You smoke a whole cigar.
I thought the same thing.
Bro.
I've been smoking whole cigars lately. You just need the right vibe. You need the right vibe. You like chill there. You're not up against a time limit. You're just smoking it, talking. Me and Mo smoked one last week. We were just out there for an hour and a half. We're talking. We're not even realizing we're smoking the whole thing. We're just talking the whole time.
That's
hour and a half.
How big's the cigar?
Hour.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
it's about this. But
some
big.
of these cigars are like fucking the size of a fucking.
No. We purposely that day we smoked like smaller ones. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not too familiar with like cigar brands. The one I had at your wedding was a Cohiba from like Dominican Republic or something.
I bet.
So it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It got lost. I went back inside the Airbnb and then I went to go
My
grab
dad
it and it
probably
was
took
gone.
it.
Yeah, probably it was gone. I tried to look for it, like maybe the wind blew it away or something, but that shit was
Allegedly.
long gone. You know, so
No, but
yeah.
cigars, Mo and TT got me back into it. I never really smoked cigars before this year. They got me into it because they started coming around smoking them, and then I have a cigar list that I keep. You know, it's basically every brand that I smoke. I try to write it down as far as how much they cost when I bought it, because you could go to some cigar places and they be charging way too much. So I like to keep track of what cigars I smoke. Mo has a whole notes tab of rating. He puts a rating on each cigar, which is kind of cool because it's important to smoke a cigar, and then when the next time you like go to buy one, you're like, I didn't like that one that much. Just kind of getting into the cigar business. I know Evan. The reason why he emailed us that is his dad's a avid cigar smoker. I've known him since I was a young youth. I'm sure
Young
Evan.
Ute.
I'm sure Evan smokes cigars as well. But yeah, maybe when I get back to New York, Evan, me and you will smoke one. Next question.
Next question from our boy AP. He wants to know what our
Holla.
thoughts are. Yeah. I didn't. This is news to me. I saw something on Twitter about it, but I
Yeah,
didn't really
news
pay
to
it
me
no
as
mind.
well.
What are our thoughts about Oxford Dictionary Word of the Year 2022 being goblin mode? The fuck? I don't know, bro. Like
Hold on,
this
let me
is
Google that.
I'm on it right now. It says 2022 Word of the Year was like no other, and it wasn't even close. It was by what did it say? 93%
Damn. Do you
people
have the
voted.
diff? Do you have the
The other,
definition of it? Because I have it pulled up.
yeah, say it, say it.
Goblin mode is defined as a type of behavior which is unapologetically self-indulgent, lazy, slovenly, or greedy, typically in a way that rejects social norms or expectations. I'm in goblin mode.
More than 300 people voted, about 93% favoring goblin mode. Second was metaverse, and third was hashtag I stand with. Two of those three aren't even words. Like goblin mode is two words, and hashtag I stand with. What the fuck? What are we doing,
Dog,
bro?
you want to know what I'm saying? I've said this forever because I always mispronounce words. I always make up words since I was a teen. My saying is words aren't words until they're words. Think about that. Think about it. Every day, every year, every whatever, we make up words and we add it to the dictionary and all that. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's not a word." Okay, yeah, cool. It's not a word until everybody starts using it, and then all of a sudden they add it to the dictionary because everybody started. So you can make up whatever you want. Slang, every word that we know for hundreds of thousands of years was slang at one point, and then it become words. So goblin mode. Thank you, AP, for that. I'm in goblin. This episode might be called goblin mode. I don't fucking know.
Hey, actually,
It's a possibility.
that's what it is, bro. Like
He's
that.
texting
That's
me
why
right
kids
now.
now. That's why these kids nowadays they say like, everything is like cap, no cap,
But
living.
but no, cap is probably going to become, if it should be already. Cap means lie.
Bussin'. This
Cat
shit is
means lie.
bussin'.
What does that mean?
You know,
Good. It's great. It's
bussin'. Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
That's fucking
You know what
fire.
I mean? That's
You
fire. Well,
know,
you can't define a word by another word that needs to be defined.
words aren't words, Ray.
I like how you said that. It's like bussin' means fire, but also fire mean you can't do that. You gotta define a word by a word that's already
Oh
defined.
my god,
You
bro.
crazy.
What
All
is
right.
going on
Let me
nowadays,
all right,
man?
thank you, AP. Thank you, Evan,
Tom
for
Brady
the
has 3 points.
emails. Hold on, I got a couple emails I think we skipped last week.
The
Hold on,
Bucks
hold
have
on.
3 points.
We'll get to Katie's more questions because I want to make sure we have time to break down those questions. So stay tuned for episode 53, 54, 55. We'll get to those. What's that one? Oh wait, it was I think it was from Gabby. Did we get to the one? Oh yeah, she talked about thoughts on Qatar controversy.
Yeah.
England win. Okay, we got to that one. I'm trying to think. I thought I saw one more. Oh yeah, we talked about that one. Yeah, there was a couple like just to bring it up, just for those people. Sebastian, what do y'all think about World Cup being hosted in Qatar and the fact that it brought World Cup? And we talked about that when I talked about the documentary that I watched on Netflix, the FIFA shit. I finished that since the last episode. Man, it got better every episode that I watched. Man, that shit is corrupt and will forever be corrupt. These motherfuckers are trying to take millions from people. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anything you see in the DMs or anything? I think that was it. I thought we skipped on a couple.
Oh, no, I will save it for next week because we're already getting a little deep into the episode.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a few seconds. It was a text message from one of my good friends, someone that we might have on the pod in the future and talk some real estate.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I think I have another one too, but we'll wait for that LABtalk. We got a few that we'll save because we want to make sure we have the time. We don't want this podcast could go on for hours as we get going. But that's LABtalk. Obviously, hashtag Lab LABTALK.
Talk.
Enter the Lab Podcast.
This is y'all's chance.
Just hang out with us.
Okay. You know, if you can't get on the pod or we can't have you on the pod or whatever, this is your opportunity to enter the lab.
Hang out with us.
So
you
stop talking shit.
You don't got to listen to the whole episode.
Shit.
Just go to LABtalk and then you can listen to that part of the episode and then be like, oh, okay, cool. I listened in 3 minutes. I'm done for the day. I don't have any shout outs. You have shout outs?
I got one, and it's not from like anyone like near and dear to our heart or whatnot. It's from fucking Joe Burrow. Focus on getting better.
You see the tabs I have, by the way?
I see you.
See my guy.
Ooh, I'm trying. Quick with it.
I'm trying.
From Joe Burrow, Joe Bird, Joe Cool, Joe Shiesty. However you may know him as. Focus on getting better. Don't have a workout and post it on Instagram the next day and go sit on your butt the next 4 days and everyone thinks you're working hard, but you're not. Work in silence. That's all I got. And this is a fucking NFL quarterback. Yeah, that's right. Masvidal.
Yeah, I've been getting pictures from the wedding and shit, so that's I got another picture that I don't want to show you, but I'll show you off the air.
Masvidal. The Cuban Bruce Buffer.
I got no shout outs this week. Let's see. Trying to have like a Christmas gathering. Are you going to be here for Christmas?
I will. I will be. Yes, sir.
Let me know dates because I'm trying to put together at my house like almost like a Friendsgiving, but a Christmas vibe of it. So we can run that back. So let me know your schedule so we can
Christmas
plan that
Day?
out. No, we're trying to do it. I mean, the preliminary right off the bat that some people can make is the week before, but we're trying to make it fit for everybody. So we'll figure it out off the record, off the air.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, because I'm Spanish. We Cuban. We don't do shit on Christmas Day. We do it the day before Nochebuena. Ya tu sabes.
What I've been watching this week, Casey Anthony doc. I've been watching Peacock. I'm on episode. We just finished episode. We just finished episode 2. It's 3 episodes. We're gonna be on 3. I know so much about that trial because I watched it live with my dad during the summer of that time, or the winter, whatever it was. And then I just started today, Ancient Apocalypse with Grant Hancock. He's been on Rogan. I have his book. Mind-blowing shit on Netflix. Give it a try. Like I said, I seen Black Panther. I went on my app that I have, which is, what is it? The IMDb. I like to give a little so I can keep track. 7 out of 10. Probably give it more of a 7.2, 7.3. Black Panther, you didn't do it for me. It was a little lengthy. It was like 2.5 hours. It didn't do it. I thought they did a great job paying tribute in the beginning. They gave like a moment of silence in the beginning to Chadwick. And then at the end, they did a better moment of silence at the end. I won't give it away, but man, stay around after the credits because it's deep.
You have to. Marvel movies,
Yeah,
you have to
always,
stay after the
always.
credits. Like,
Um,
if you're not, you're doing it wrong.
yeah,
I haven't seen it.
overall, I thought they could have done a better job. Maybe it was rushed. Maybe it was what. I thought, I'm not. I go into these Marvel movies expecting one thing, and it's not great quality story or dialogue and all that. I'm very objective when it comes to that, but it didn't win me with Black Panther. So, and then I watched Smile the other day. Smile, it's a more spooky horror or like suspense type
Is that
vibe.
another Jordan Peele movie?
Nah,
No,
no, it's not. I thought it was good. We watched it at home. Scared the shit out of me. I'll admit it. But that was another like 7 out of 10. It was good quality storyline, made sense. It frightened me, so it was worth it. What did we watch it on? We watched it on Paramount. Check it out on Paramount. Smile, the movie. It's good. Definitely, make sure you got a loved one near you. Make sure you got a couple lights on. Well, I made sure I slept with my eye mask on that night, so I didn't have to see any ghosts.
So stupid, bro.
Get the fuck, you know what I mean?
So
That's it.
dumb.
That's it for me. What you got to end the episode? Episode 52.
I started watching Chainsaw Man anime on Hulu.
Oh,
Been watching South Park here and there.
I forgot.
I started watching 1899, but I got away from it. I got to go back.
Yeah, you need to focus on that one. You can't be distracted and shit.
There's a movie I'm gonna watch tonight because I was gonna watch it when I had some time earlier, but I didn't really have as much time as I thought. Bullet Train on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Yeah,
Brad Pitt's in it, so I got to check that out.
Anything with my Uncle Brad, I'm watching.
Yeah, and then there was another one that was like, I think it's called My Name Is Vendetta or something like that. It's one of those like revenge movies. They kill his family, just dude goes off and kills everyone type shit, So, definitely hyped for that. I'm gonna watch it. And then movies coming out next year: Dune 2, John Wick 4. There's a bunch of shit coming out. Avatar
2 coming out. I'm gonna see that in movies. Yep.
Cocaine Bear. I'm hyped for that.
Cocaine Bear, duh.
February. Gotta watch that. Bear ate a bunch of
watch
cocaine.
That. Add that.
So,
I think tomorrow I'm gonna see because I have a at 3:15. I think I didn't buy the tickets yet. The Menu. Maybe you'll hear a little review from me next week. The Menu I'm gonna watch. It's like a thriller. I have a $10 off, so basically Matinee Tuesday, $10 for the tickets, 2 tickets, $10 off. Basically means I walk into the crib, it's for free. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow after I edit the pod and cheat.
That BOGO type shit.
BOGO, it's fire. All right, well, episode 52. Any last words for our listeners or viewers? Unofficially sponsored by Billionaires, bro.
Figure out a way in your life, whether it be at your job, whether it be with family, whether it be your career, if you own your own business or anything like that, be indispensable. Okay? Do what you got to do to just be pronoun him or her. But
shout out him.
Yeah, shout out him. Oh, yes, shout out him. They got a fucking perfect Christmas gift bundle. Lip balm, beard butter, comb. Everything's in this shit. $100. Can't beat that shit. Beard butter by itself is like $30-$40. You get a beard comb, nice wood, comb, quality.
Nice wood.
Fucking
I like that.
Lip balm. My guy's cooking up some cologne. My guy's just on his shit. Like, he's doing his thing. All handmade, natural.
Love is love.
So, heme.llc.
Go get it.
Go get that shit. If you got a beard, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not using it. Christmas coming up. I know y'all got family members that got facial hair.
All right.
Tom 52. Brady got 3 points. The fuck, bro?
That's 52. 53, we'll have a guest on some way or another. Stay tuned for that. We won't reveal it, as we never do. A man for taking
rough.
shots.
That was
Elvis
rough.
Escobar, for Sama. Enter the lab, exit the lab.
Get the fuck out of here.
One. Peace. One.